I should have, but looking at it, I realized we must have done most of these or a lot of them already, and I just don't remember. I only taught a third of the course last time, so that's another reason I don't remember very well. Yeah. All right, you want some blinkies here? Crank that up. Well, that thing needs some oil. So that should be off.
Oh, there
You do funny things like that, yeah.
Yeah, sure. We'll hit some more down here around number 10 and down that end, yeah.
I have to be a little careful. I may be turning things on out there I don't intend to.
Oh, okay.
I gotta remember what these things do. 14 does nothing, so it's harmless, right? So, flip those over.
Great background material. Well, they can incorporate some of this. This is what I learned. Exactly. I know if I
Turn just a couple more off or turn them all off. Go ahead, that's fine.
I don't know if that color's going to show up for you or not. Yeah, did he show you the...
How does she look? Oh, wonderful. And you know what? We have no reflection of light in our glasses.
Glasses. Do you need them off? Or?
No.
Okay.
Go ahead. You can just rest your hand, or just, yeah, that's good.
Okay.
Feel comfortable?
I'm comfortable.
Oh, okay. Give us your name and spell it for us.
Okay, my name is Susannah Lomant, and it's Sussannah Lomant.
And where are you from?
I'm from Eldersburg, Maryland.
Eldersburg?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Eldersburg.
Right.
Okay. And you're a graduate student?
Yes.
And what's your graduate student in?
In physics. So
Okay.
Not sure what part of physics, but in physics, yeah.
One of those areas.
Yeah.
Right. You said you're just beginning your degree.
Mm-hmm.
Where'd you do your undergraduate?
Randolph-Macon Women's College in Lynchburg, Virginia.
Okay. All right. How'd you hear about the Ball State program?
Well, I was looking around at graduate schools, and it appealed to me, so I decided to pursue it.
The planetarium is an integral part of what goes on here in the Department of Physics and Astronomy.
Mm-hmm.
Tell me, what do you think of it?
Well, I think it's really great. The renovation helped out a lot. We have a lot of new equipment, and a lot of it's computerized, for the Star Trek show, and I think it'll make more of a name for itself. It has a lot more to offer now.
What's your involvement in the particular show, the Ryan Rendezvous?
Well, I and some other students, we run the show for the public, and it's basically controlling the computer operations. That's basically it.
Okay.
Supervising.
Right. What do you hope to do with your degree?
Well, I'm not really sure, but I've been thinking about going into teaching. So.
At the high school level, the college level?
College.
Okay.
Yeah.
Go right from college to college.
Well, actually, I was thinking about going for a PhD and then going into college.
Okay.
Teaching.
All right. Why is this field so exciting? What's so interesting about it?
Well, it explains the nature of the universe. It gives you an answer for the things you may often wonder about every day.
Why is that important to me?
I've always been interested in how things work and why they work, and this field pretty much solves my problems, tells me why things do what they do. So.
What does this show itself, what's the exciting part of the Orion Rendezvous show?
Well, it's interesting. The science terms and just the whole Star Trek theme itself are pretty interesting and neat. The sound effects, the special effects are impressive. So.
Aside from the glitz, though, what am I going to learn from this show? Why is this important?
Well, it's a good lesson on stars, which are out in space, different types of stars and nebulas, a little bit about star birth and death, a little bit of astrophysics.
So when we start star birth and death, I mean, we're literally saying that they're over a period of time, whatever
Right.
that time may be. They are born and then they die.
Right, it's a brief look at a star's life, pretty much. So.
The layman, like myself, has no idea. We just look up and assume the obvious. It's there. It's probably always going to be there.
Right, well, it is there for a long period of time. I mean, for some stars, millions of years, but each star has a different life. It goes through different pulsations, or it has a different life than other stars. So.
And how long does it take for, I mean, depending on, I guess, its distance from Earth, the star is glowing, but we don't see it right away. I mean, it takes a while.
Well, it takes time for the light to travel from the star, depending on how many light years it is away from us.
So when we bring children, elementary schools, junior high schools through here, what's been their reaction so far?
Oh, lots of people have really enjoyed the show. A lot of the younger children around the elementary level, or they're impressed by the special effects as well. And I think they also learn a little bit of science with it too. So
the goal then of this particular program is to do what?
To teach the public and students more about science and get them interested in it, so that they may consider going into science, or it's just a way of enlightening the public on a little bit of astrophysics. So.
Okay.
Okay,
Let me just.
Yep.
I'm going to make both collars look, both sides
there you
look.
go.
Symmetric, yeah.
Yeah. There you
Whenever you're ready. Go right
go. Okay. Ron, spell your name for me.
Kaitchuck,
And title.
Professor of Physics and Astronomy and Director of the Planetarium.
Tell me about the planetarium. How long's it been here?
It's been here almost 30 years now.
Oh, goodness.
It's been here quite a while. I went in with the Cooper Science Building. Back then, of course, that was a very bold move to make, to put a planetarium in. There were very few around. There are quite a few today. This planetarium has been maintained very well and has recently been expanded, because we see its role in the future to continue in a very big way.
When you say expanded, what's happened to it?
This particular machine is of its type is only the second one in the world that was ever been computer automated, and so it's now completely under computer control, as are 20 some odd projectors and special effects projectors around the room, most of which we keep hidden. We like to keep the illusion of some magic in here if we can.
So,
Excuse
who is that man?
Okay, we're back.
Okay.
Good.
You've completely renovated the facility here.
Right.
At what cost?
I can't give you a good figure on that because I don't know, because it came out of so many different pots of money.
Okay.
The equipment that we've added as far as the special effects go are in the neighborhood of $50,000 or so. And hopefully we'll even see more of that in the future.
The planetarium is used as part of the curriculum within the Department of Physics and Astronomy.
Yes, every astronomy student in the university, and that's 2,000 to 3,000 a year, come in here at least once, if not 2 and 3 times during the course of the semester. And they may see things that have been pre-prepared, or they may see things that their own instructor does. We're very open about who can run the machine, provided they're properly trained.
So it's part of the undergraduate experience that they come in here.
Right.
But that is to learn something about astronomy as part of a course itself.
All right. You can show concepts in here you can never show on a blackboard, because A, the room can present something in a 3-dimensional way you never can do on a blackboard. B, it really is a multimedia room, because we can project the slides, we can project laser images, computer images, projection TV, and so on. And we combine those, we can get quite a nice effect.
You also use it as part of the community experience, offering it as an educational tool to school corporations around
Absolutely. We see anywhere from 3,000 to 8,000 school children through here a year on a typical year. It just sort of depends a little bit what the what the money is for the buses, but 3 to 8,000. And we'll see if several thousand from the community on weekend shows as well.
What kinds of things do you show them in addition to the Orion Rendezvous?
Usually our programs are not completely pre-recorded, they're live, and we'll try and get across to the students what the night sky really is about. Some people come in here and think we're going to teach them constellations for an hour, and they're a little surprised and they find out we're not doing that. It's nice you can find your way around the sky, but if you don't know what the stars even are, then you're really still fairly ignorant, and we try to fill in that gap. And it opens the eyes of the students and occasionally the teachers as well.
So do you go out and recruit schools to use the planetarium, or do you have standing room only, getting in line to be here?
We send out mailings and they come, and there's no prodding involved. And we're proud to say we generally don't charge anything for that service.
If someone wants to then come, all they have to do is what? Call?
If they're an individual person or family, they can call the Department of Physics and Astronomy, find out what the current schedule is, or ask to be put on our mailing list for the weekend shows. For group shows, we usually send them out a brochure, and then we try and arrange something if it's a group that's convenient time for everybody.
Tell me about the Orion Rendezvous show. What's so unique, what's so special about this particular show?
This show is science through a Star Trek story, and of course that has a big draw in its own right, but you don't tell the kids too loudly, but it really is science, and it really is astronomy. But it does it in a visually interesting way, and it's narrated by LeVar Burton, who plays Geordie LaForge on The Next Generation. And the idea is that the audience is crew member. They're crew members, and they're taken to different sites in the galaxy via wormhole transitions, whatever that is. And they appear at these sites, and then they can study things like the Castor 6-star system, or go to the Orion Nebula itself, or go see the Crab Nebula, or all these other sites, and learn a little bit about what's going on at those places. And with our projection system and a full dome projection system, we try to recreate these locations as best we can and be as accurate as we can.
How does it tie in with what is going on at the Mid-Atlantic Cultural Center?
It's a companion program to the Star Trek exhibit that's now playing at the Cultural Center. They were developed both at the same museum in Oregon. And it's designed to augment and expand on the Star Trek theme there. And it involves licensing from Paramount Pictures and the like.
This is, having this particular show in this planetarium is somewhat unusual, is it not?
This is probably one of the smallest planetariums that ever put this program on. And we can only do it because we now have all the automation and the special effects. Otherwise, we couldn't have touched it. And there are not many planetariums this size that can. And I think we did a good job.
I think you did a great job. So if you were to wrap up what the strengths and uniqueness of the Ball State Planetarium is, what would you say?
Well, it may be small as far as big planetariums go. I mean, it's certainly not the size of Chicago or Indianapolis. But we have almost all the capabilities of the bigger planetariums now. And so this has opened new horizons to us for things we can do. And the faculty are coming up with all kinds of ideas for the future. It's exciting times for us.
And how about the community at large? Exciting times for them too.
I hope so. And I think that we're going to have years to come of some very fine programming. Because we now can do things, commercial programs or develop our own, we just could not touch before. We're still getting used to the idea that we can do some of these things.